Hi, this is Supriyo. So today's video it's going to be on a very different kind of topic, and today just think that I'm talking to you as a friend. I'm not really your teacher here. I cannot really teach you about this subject. I don't believe anybody can, to be honest. So we are going to talk about happiness, about feeling unhappy, about searching for happiness. That's what we are going to talk about essentially. And I did create a poll recently on my YouTube channel, and it's about the happiness index. So as you know by now that we have scored 139, we have ranked 139 out of 149 countries, and I asked you whether it's justified or not. Now we do not really know whether this score, this rank is justified. We can't really speak about that because there's a lot of factors that go into it. But from the comments, from the things that I get, like messages, emails and everything, I find that there's a lot of unhappiness, there's a lot of issues that everybody is going through. And I wanted to talk about those things. I wanted to talk about how we can feel more happy, how we can pursue more happiness. Ultimately, that is the end goal here. The end goal isn't to just get a job, to just be settled in life or anything. You have to find your inner peace, and I feel that that is something that everybody in our generation is struggling with, and we could all use some more tools, some more things that we can use to enhance our happiness. So when we talk about these things, when we talk about happiness, I think in my life I have often asked myself just three words: am I happy? So that's the thing that you have to ask yourself, and you will be going through various phases in your life. Sometimes you might feel that the answer is yes, and the other times the answers will be like no. And remember, this is not only for banking aspirants. Like, we feel that when we get a job, when we are settled, we are going to be happy. But believe me when I tell you this, that even people who are in great jobs, they also are not really that happy. So that's the mystery over here. What is it that's missing? Now, I have thought about this topic a lot, and I have written down about my thoughts and feelings. So these things I just write down myself and I don't really share. But yeah, today let's talk about it. So I feel that to be truly happy, to be truly content in your life, there are four things that have to be in place. Four areas of your life that have to be in sync so that you can feel that way. So the first thing is your financial shape. So what is the financial shape of your life? Are you financially in a position that you are okay with, that you don't need to worry about money, that it's coming in and you are doing your work and you don't really need to think too much about it? You're not financially in a position where it's very difficult to make ends meet. Now this is something that is critical, and I think most people watching this video, they are going to be struggling with this, and yeah, we have to work on it. So you can try to get a job, you can start any business or anything that you want, so that this thing can be fixed. And this is the first thing, this is the first pillar that we have to work on, really, to actually feel a semblance of happiness in our life. And if your finances are not in order, then life, people sometimes say that money is not important, but that's not really true. Money is indeed very important, and if you don't have it, then lots of problems can happen, and all the money that you acquire, it's going to solve your money problems. So other problems might not be solved, but at least money problems will definitely be solved. So that's the first thing. The second thing is your physical shape. So is your body in the state that you want it to be? Now that is also a major pain point for many people, that they don't feel healthy, they don't feel fit, and I feel that it is also something that's very important to take care of. And if you are not doing it every day, you should have some kind of exercise. Even 20 minutes helps, just 20-30 minutes. Just take out time during your day and just go for a walk or for a run, whatever you really want. hit the gym if it is at all feasible for you. And this will totally help you in your pursuit of that ideal life, your pursuit of all of the areas of your life. And definitely, this is another cause of unhappiness that many people feel. Now, what's the third thing? The shape of your relationships. Now, this is something that, I'm not talking only about any particular relationship, but relationship with your parents, relationship with your partner, relationship with your friends. All of the things are together in this aspect over here. So if you don't have people that you can rely on, and if you feel that you are all alone, then it really doesn't help. And that's why some people feel that just because we have like our parents or our siblings, they should always support us, they should always go like push us towards our goals, but that doesn't always happen. So my advice to you would be to find people who really believe in you, and trust me, there are people like that in this world. So whoever you can find that really believes in you, believes in your dreams, just keep them close to you, because they can be your emotional support. And definitely this is something that's important to be truly happy. The final thing that is very important is the environment. So what is the shape of your environment? What's the shape of your surroundings, about your country basically? So our nation, it's going through a very hard time, and I feel that many people would say that we don't really have our freedom. So this was actually one of the questions in the happiness index as well. They asked whether we can actually make any kind of decisions on our own in our country. And I think that many people, they wrote in that poll that we are not really free to make our own decisions. And yeah, this really sucks. We can't do much about it, because this is an area that is very difficult to change. Of course, you can change your environment. Like, it's not impossible to change your environment, but it's certainly difficult. But yeah, if you really feel that you need to change your environment, that you need to change your city, your country, your state, whatever it is, then go for it. If it's possible for you, then go for it. If you feel that that's going to make you happy. So yeah, personally, I feel that when all these four things are in tune, when all these four things you have in your life, you are going to be happy, you're going to feel fulfilled. And if you don't have it, so work towards each of these things. And I just want you to write down in your diary all these four things that I told you, and you can work on each of these things, improve each of these aspects. And I can promise you that if you improve even a little each of these aspects, you are definitely going to be much happier. And if you want, you can write down the things that are very difficult for you, that you are struggling with. And if you don't want to share, it's okay, but at least in your own notebook, write it down, because this really helps. And if you ask me, like, 3 things have been very helpful for me to feel a bit more happier. Now, I will not tell you that I am completely happy, that everything is good with my life. No, I think I have like many days where I feel really depressed and nothing goes according to plan. And definitely lots of things in my life that I'm struggling with currently. But I try to spread positivity whenever possible, because talking about my problems, that's not going to help. But definitely, we are all struggling with many kinds of problems. So yeah, 3 things that are very important to improve your happiness and make yourself a little bit more peaceful. So the most important thing and the most difficult thing to realize is that nobody else can truly make you happy. Like, understand what I'm trying to say over here. Of course, other people, money coming in or any kind of environmental things, it can make you happy. Because say you are in a crowded train, you are sweating, and then suddenly your phone buzzes and you get the result, and you are selected as, for example, a bank PO or whatever it is. When you get selected, you immediately become happy, and your external circumstances, they cannot change this happiness. So these things happen. Of course it happens. But understand that these are only additional things. So what do I mean by this? I mean that first you have to have that foundation in place. So think about happiness as a big skyscraper. All right, it's a huge building that you have to build, and there's nobody else that can build it for you. Only you have to personally build it. Now, the foundation of that building, it has to come from within you. So only you can build that foundation, and all the other things that come into your life, maybe good relationships, or you're having a good job, or you're getting like good money, or whatever it is, all these kinds of things, they can only build the next layer, they can build the next story, and your skyscraper can be a little bit higher and higher and higher. But unless that base is built, then you are not going to be able to receive all these other things, and you are never going to be internally at peace. So that is the problem. People, we always try to search for happiness in the external world from other people. We want to take it, we want to we just want to say that, okay, if I had this, then I would be happy. If I had that kind of thing with me, then I would be definitely happy. But these things, yeah, of course, those things are going to make you happy. They are going to make you feel a lot more peaceful. But unless you have made that foundation yourself, you are not going to feel true happiness. When you get those things, when you get that thing, you're just going to go for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. That is what happens. That's what happens to me as well. I always try to chase for the next thing. What's that next thing that can make me happier? So that's why, believe this, understand this thing, that only you can truly make the foundation of your happiness. So create that foundation from inside. Do something internally so that you can feel that that foundation is in place. And only after that foundation is placed, only then you can just find happiness elsewhere. So it's about loving yourself, I believe. That if you don't love yourself, you cannot truly, really love somebody else. So I hope that you understood the message and you can try and create that. The second thing you can do is to find something that only you can get better at. So find something that gives you personal growth, and you are not dependent on anybody else to get that growth for you. So what do I mean by this? I mean that you have to find something that actually you can alone pursue, and there is nobody upon which you have to depend to pursue this activity. So for example, if you are, say, learning the guitar. Now, this thing, learning the guitar, it is something that only you can do, right? Nobody can actually influence you. It's dependent on your practice. So if you practice and practice and practice, you are going to get better. Same thing about, for example, learning a language. If you are learning a new language, it's just you who's actually doing it, right? Say you want to become good, much better at English. So you're writing English every single day. You are going to get better. Say you want to develop your public speaking skills. So when you do more and more public speaking, you are going to develop that skill. So understand this thing, these entire things, the responsibility is your own. So only you can level up on these activities. So I want you to find something like this in your life. So of course you are preparing for bank exams, you are doing so many different things, but find one thing in your life that is totally dependent on you, and you feel that like each and every single day, whenever it is possible, just invest time in that. Invest time and try to get better at that one thing. In 1 year's time, I can guarantee you that you are going to get much better at that single thing, and then it's going to give you a lot more happiness. Because see, you can study a lot, you can practice a lot, but then you can be rejected in the examination. So that really sucks when you work so hard and you don't get it, and then you become depressed because you have not invested on yourself. You have invested in that examination. Understand this. So invest in yourself. Just do something every single day that you can get better at that single thing, and in a year's time, you're going to be much more happier. This final thing, it's the most difficult to develop. Having a purpose, having a real purpose to your life. Now, the bigger the purpose, the better it is. It has to be something that is larger than life. It has to be something that is bigger than you. So if you have that kind of a purpose, which is much bigger than you, which you are working towards, then, you feel like this hero of your own story, that there's this huge story that is happening. You are in a movie and you are the main character. You are the protagonist and you are trying to achieve this huge task. And then, baby steps. Of course, every single day you are just having some baby steps, but ultimately there's this big goal that you're going towards, and it really energizes you. It really fills you up with passion. So having that kind of a purpose, I feel it is very important to truly be happy, because you cannot have something that is just for you. It has to be something for society. It has to be something for the greater world around you. So have that kind of a purpose, a bigger purpose. And I can tell you that if you have that, then you are not going to feel like unhappy for a long stretch of time. Of course, everybody is going to feel unhappy sometimes. We all have days where nothing goes right really, and you are going to have these days, they never go away. But I have felt that practicing these kinds of things, those days or that time when you are unhappy, you can reduce that time. And ultimately that is the main goal here. The goal isn't to always be happy, because then what's the fun in life? Like, you have to be sad to really appreciate happiness. It's so important. You will never truly be happy until and unless you have seen what true sadness is. So those things will always be there. But yeah, if we practice these things, personally for me, these things have really worked to improve my level of happiness. And I am pretty certain that if you do these things, if you practice these things, these will be something that are going to be helpful for you as well. Let me know if you like this video. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please click on the subscribe button, and do not forget to click the bell icon so that you, my friend, do not miss any future update. Put your thoughts down below and let me know whatever you are feeling. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.